Hello, welcome to Trisha's Cards and Crafts. And what's on Wednesday this week? Well, this week I'm going to be using some blender pens to colour in an image. I'm using the Everyday Details Cling stamp set. I'm going to use this image. I'm going to use You Make Every Day a Little Brighter, the sentiment, and I'm going to use this one as well. Wishing you so much joy on this special day. Okay, I don't think I will, but I might use that, you never know. Right, I've chosen to use a piece of paper from the Poetic Expressions DSP again, 12 by 12. The Lost Lagoon is the colour that I'm using to go with it. It's this piece of paper here. There's lots of different colours in here that are really pretty, but I thought we'll have a change and I'll use this piece here. It's got sort of a tiled effect. I thought that would look quite nice. I'm using the teacup with a flower on it and the two sentiments. I have cut a piece of Lost Lagoon card, which is 5.5 by 5.5, and I've cut a piece of the DSP to be 5.25 by 5.25. Then I've got these two shapes that I've already die cut, so you didn't have to watch me die cutting. And I've got some more pieces of Lost Lagoon in white to stamp my sentiments on. I've just take these. These are the Stylish Shapes dies, and they're the two biggest square dies that they've got. So I've got this one is the second biggest, and the other one, the Lost Lagoon one, is the biggest square, and it just fit on my scrap of Lost Lagoon that I had. So I thought, yes, I can use that. I didn't have to start a new sheet. So there we go. That's the bit that's scrap, and that's the bit that's got the dots around the outside. I think these are quite pretty because they've got a little bit of extra detail on them. So they do have dots on both sides. Although actually it's not. It's like a stitched effect on the outside and a dotted effect. So you could use them to make an aperture as well as making the shapes. So you can use them two ways. But today I'm going to use them as a die cut to shape cut out rather than an aperture. Just put those back. They can go back in here. You've got, with the Stylish Shapes, you've got the squares, you've got circles and layering circles, and you've also got like, I don't know, ribbons, flagged ribbons or whatever you want to call them. They're all 4 different sizes of each of them. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 of the squares and 6 of the circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 5 squares, 6 circles, and 4 of the tailed ones. There we go. So that's what I'm using. So I don't know, I think I might use it that way because the tiled effect on the background is quite nice. That's there. I think that will fit in nicely there. Yep, that's okay. And then I might pull this up a bit and then be able to put my sentiment at the bottom. Right, so let's put this together. So I can put my background on first and add it to the base of the card. If I can get the glue out again. I'm definitely coming to the end of this one. So that's going on here. I do like this Lost Lagoon. It's a nice bluey green. I'd rather bluey greens than yellowy greens. Personally, although I do like wild wheat, which is supposedly yellow, but it can. I used it week before last to do the Stippled Roses card, and I used it for the leaves on that, and I think it looked actually quite nice. So maybe I don't just like the bluey greens, but I do like blue, so I do like the bluey greens. There we go. So that's that bit done. Don't need to use that for a minute now, so I can put this out of the way. Don't need the back layer, so I just need my white. Sorry, I'm going to use, I'm going to use the Lost Lagoon to stamp this with, because there's some foliage on the stamp, and I think it would look nicer if it was, actually I'm not going to use Lost Lagoon, I'm going to use Pretty Peacock. Let's get this out of here. There we go. I'm going to use the Pretty Peacock because it's darker, and then I can colour the other things in around it. So let's stamp this. Ink my stamp. And add this to my square, which is now a diamond shape. There we go. All right. So let's close that back up for a moment. And I'm going to use Lost Lagoon for the leaves. I'm going to use the light first. Because these inks are water-based, because you're using alcohol pens, it won't make the ink spread or smudge or anything. So that's a good thing. So you don't have to worry about that. And I think I'm going to use the Lost Lagoon to colour in the cup as well. So, but what I'll do, if I can find it easily, yes, I'm going to use the colour lifter to just take some of the colour back out of the cup in the centre. So I'm not going to colour in too much, just to make it look a bit brighter in the middle. I am using the brush end rather than the other end. That's the bullet tip. But I'm going to use the bullet tip now with the dark, and I'm just going to go where the lines are, the shading is on the cap, just to make it, that's why they put the shading lines there, so that you know where to make it darker. So if you can see, I've done there, and I might just put some where the leaves are, just around here. I'm going to go back over this again with my lighter one, my light, just so that I don't have lines. There we go, and there, and I think I will put the dark actually around this stripe, which is around the cap, just to give it a little bit more realism perhaps. So that's my cap nearly done. I just want to use the colour lifter if I can, and I'm just going to use it here around where this leaf is, just to take some of it out, the colour away, not completely, just a little bit to lighten it so that the leaf on top does show through. And I just go back over with the light, just so that it doesn't take too much of the colour away. And I want the leaf to be dark, and I'm going to put a bit of dark on the leaf as well, the bottom and the one side, the same over here, and this one at the back. There we go. So that's the foliage done. Now for the colour, the flower. I'm going to use Moody Mauve, and I'm going to use, I think, let's see, Light Bubble Bath. So light or the dark? Yeah, dark bubble bath, I think. Try this one. And I'm going to colour all of the flower in. Like that. And I'm going to use the dark to go in the centre. A dark moody mauve. And then I'm going to use the light moody mauve, just to go from the centre of the flower out. There we go. And then I'll go back over. I might go actually with the light petal pink, just around the edges again, just to blend in the moody mauve and the bubble bath together. So now, if you have a look, so the dark moody mauve is right in the centre, and then as it comes out, it goes lighter. Okay, so that is my cup with my saucer, and I'm going to put a little bit of the light Lost Lagoon just at the bottom of my cup, just so that it's not floating in midair, even though it sort of is. Right, there we go. So that's my colouring done. Okay, just a small amount, just to give you an idea of how to use your blender pens. And I'm going to then mount that onto there. So I'm going to use Tombow for this. There we go. There we go. Right. And put that over here. My daughter's sending me a video from Disneyland Paris. Yes, so there we go. So now I'm going to put those on dimensionals. I'm not going to put it on yet though. So I'm going to put one in each corner and one in the middle. But I'm not going to take the backs off just yet, because I'm going to do my sentiment that goes with it. So that will go on there like that, and now I need to stamp my sentiment. Now, it's not a very, oh, that's a different colour, never mind. It's not a very wide, the writing isn't that big. Will it fit? Yes, it will. I'm going to do it on this strip of white, and then I will cut it down afterwards. So I'll use, I think I will use my Pretty Peacock again for this. So there we go. Oops. Do want it to be nice and bright. So there we go. There we go, that's nice. And I might as well stamp on the inside as well. So I'm going to stamp this, whoops. Wishing you so much joy on this special day. And I'm going to not use, hang on, have I got scrap paper? Here we go, I'll use this. I'm going to just stamp this off and then stamp it again on the inside, just down here. There we go, that's nice. And then I'll do the same thing on the envelope. I'm going to make sure it's the right way up. Stamp, stamp off, whoops, and down in this corner here. There, that's fine. So that's my envelope done, and my sentiments are done. all over me. So that's that done. Move that out of the way, don't need that now, thank you. And finish my card off. Let's have a look. I'm going to put this out. That should be, yes, it fits exactly. So open this up and that goes down in there. Yes, I've got enough room. I can go right to the end. There we go. And I might just come from the side. So I'll leave that for a minute and then I will cut another strip of this. So this one is 1/2 inch. So I want this one to be just a bit more. So maybe just, that's half, make it 5/8. Oh, it doesn't matter, just cut that strip off there. And put that in there again and cut that end. I need it to be centered, that's about right. There we go. Wrong way. Ah, typical. Yes, you would. Did it the wrong way, didn't I? Whoops. Oh, that went somewhere it shouldn't have. Right, let's try again. Let's get this in. Right, get this straight as possible. Yes, that's fine. See if I can find the other piece that disappeared somewhere else. Right. So now I'm going to put this on there like that. Oops. I'm going to stick this onto there and then we'll have that and cut it off together. So let's stick this down and put, here it is. A bit more. And put that so that I've got a nice even border. There we go, and this is going to come around about there, so I can cut this off on the edge there. Just get that straighter. Might need to use my little guillotine so I get it straight. There we go. Now I know it's straight. Sorry for the squeaks, but it was necessary. Here we go. So that's going to go over here and that will go up there like that. So, yep. So we'll put some dimensionals on the back of here. 1, 2, 3. There we go. That should be enough. 1, 2, 3. Oops, missed one. Stuck to it. And I'm putting that to the corner there of the edge of that. There we go. And then take the backs off this one. Then we can stick this one down. Let's just get that. Whoops, don't stick down yet. Yeah, I think that's about it. There we go. So that is my card for today with using the blender pens. So as it dries, so they do dry a little bit lighter as well, so you can see that it's fine. So it does make it blend nicely together, so there's no hard edges at all. It's all blended nicely together, and the little bit that I put some colour lifter on has just lifted the colour a bit there as well. So that's my inside, my envelope and my scraps. And there's my card for today. There we go. Thank you very much for joining me. I hope you enjoyed it, and hopefully you'll have a go with alcohol ink pens, blending them and making them all come together nice and seamlessly. If you want any of the products, you can find them on my online shop. I'll be putting all the links to the products that I've used on my blog on the weekend. And there we go. I hope you've enjoyed today's video, and if you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more of the videos and you want to be notified, if you click on the subscribe button and then on the little bell icon, it will notify you when I post a new video. Thanks again for joining me today, and I hope to see you again soon. Bye bye.